Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I have a fun free class for you today. So this is an online free class. I haven't done this in a while. And there are some free gifts you can earn if you place an order with my host code. But whether you do that or not, this is a free class for you to enjoy. And we are going to make 3 cards with a particular suite. Hey, Kim, I'm glad you're here with me today, and Grace. Welcome, welcome. So this is the details of my online class today. So this is a free class. I'm going to show you 3 cards with a particular stamp set. We're using the Lovely and Lasting. This is an annual catalog stamp set. I love, love, love. It's actually part of a suite. The stamp set alone is $22. You can add in the punch. This is a $19 punch. I don't know, the bundle, I'll look at it here in the catalog. I love, love, love this punch. This is a terrific punch. I love it used on its own, but with the stamp set, you also get this little frame, which is really nifty. So here's my host code info. Let me see. So this is the embellishment I'm using today. Hey, Jill, I'm glad you're here, and Linda. So you can get this for free along with the 3 project packets and the tutorials when you place a $50 order. Now, you do have to place your order by Friday. And I got this one out to show you what they look like because this is the one I'm going to use, but you know, mine are kind of, well, you know, they're just nicely used. So I am using, these are the In Color Opal rounds. These are lovely. These actually feature the In Colors that were introduced last year. So we're in our 2nd year of these In Colors, and they're really lovely. Because they're the opal, they kind of have that iridescent look, and they just go with a lot of things. I think because they're not opaque and they catch the light. Okay, so these are the parameters. I will refer back to this, but let me show you a couple of things, and then we're going to get to stamping. Hang on. I'm trying to get my computer up where I can see what you're seeing and make sure that everything is in the camera as it should be before I start stamping so that we get a good clean video. Okay, so I am going to do what I often do with my classes, and that is I'm going to limit the supplies I use so that if you wanted to create these exactly the way I am, I'm going to use 2 ink pads. I'm going to use Night of Navy and Sweet Sorbet. So that kind of helps you if you don't have all the ink pad colors. Then this makes it where it's easy for you to recreate what I'm doing. Hey, Diane, I'm so glad that you are here with me today. I will say that if you have not already joined Stampin' Up!, you can join with me right now for $99 plus tax, and you can get $125 of whatever you want. So it's a great time to, you know, maybe add to your ink pad collection. Maybe you don't have all these new In Colors yet. A lot of things that you can get with your starter kit, and that's one of the things I love about the Stampin' Up! Starter kit is you can choose whatever you want. Okay, I'm just about there on my computer. So let's look at the suite, and then we'll start stamping. So this, as I said, is a new annual catalog suite, and let me move my paper out of the way. So this is on pages 24 and 25 of the annual catalog. And look at this scrummy designer series paper with, look at the 5 colors there that it's featuring. And I love that we're tying in 3 of the In Colors introduced last year, Pale Papaya, Soft Succulent, and Evening Evergreen. But then we're adding in one of the new colors, which is Sweet Sorbet, a soft red, and then Night of Navy. So it's a fabulous color palette. And I'm pretty much going to stick with that color palette today, just to simplify things, and because I'm going to be really, really using the what do you call it? Oh, the designer series paper. So the bundle here is $36.75. See, it would be $41 if you were buying these two items together on their own, but Stampin' Up! Gives us a 10% off bundle on some coordinating items. So that is something you're going to want to get. This is the Lovely in Linen Suite. Okay, let's get to stamping. Before I do that, one more thing. I know I get to gabbing too much, but I did want to show you. You can see that I've used this paper a lot, but it just has fabulous designs. I mean, you could use that for Christmas. You could use it for masculine. I love, love, love that. Where I'm going to use this side today. There's just a lot to love with this. This reminds me of kind of a blue jean, kind of a folk pattern. Look at those gorgeous, look at this, the kind of mixture of soft and bold. This one I love, this Night of Navy one. And then we have this super pale papaya one. So, and this one is also really subtle, although it's a little bit of India eye strain for me. That repeating pattern gets a little crazy for my eyes. I use that in small amounts. But it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous set of designer series paper. So, okay, let's stamp. I am going to be using my foam mat because this is a photopolymer stamp set. And I have mounted my stamps that I'm going to be using. Now, whenever you're going to be like doing a class that you've purchased in the mail from me or anybody else, or you're sitting down to stamp several cards at once, I like to just go ahead and mount the stamps that I think I'm going to use or I know I'm going to use, and then I can just get on with the fun of stamping. I don't have to stop and, start again. Okay, so let's start with what I like to call a strippy card. So I'm going to take some designer series paper strips and just put them together. This is an evening evergreen card base that I'm using. And this is just 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. Now I'm going to put these directly on here, and I'm just going to make a little pattern. And I think that this is just a super fun way to design. I think I'm going to go with red, green, but you see how if you were to flip these over, you can just change it up a little bit. That looks really good too. I mean, there's really not a right and a wrong way to do that. In fact, maybe we'll just go with that. Now, this one's cut on the other side. I don't like it when a vertical pattern is going horizontally. That kind of messes with my brain a little bit. I kind of like that because this has the two on the end that have a lot of different colors. Although, red, green. Yeah, I think I'll just stick with that. Okay, Candy. Okay, so I'm just going to place these down with a bit of seal. And these just are going to nestle right in there. These are 4x1 strips. Great way to use up your, scraps of designer series paper. I tell you guys that when most of my classes, you're going to get your designer series paper and you're going to cut that. And I tell you that I give you easy cuts. And what I mean by that is like 4x1, 4x3. That is an easy one to cut. It also is really good for conserving your paper and getting the most out of it. If you have a Stampin' Seal, you must have one of these what's it called? Silicone mats. It is just perfect for getting your seal going. So you see how I'm just kind of placing these. I got them too close together, too far apart. Okay, let's get these a little bit closer together. And this is something I like about the seal is for a while, probably about 2 or 3 minutes, it's pretty soft. So I can move it around and reposition. Once it dries, yeah, it's not going anywhere. So, and this is because Candy doesn't like to measure a lot. I like to just go. It's still too close. Okay. So, if you do this, not as I'm showing you, but as I'm telling you, and that is to start by getting this a little closer to the edge and then bringing these into a little bit of a closer range so that, see, I'm wanting to have this little bit of evening evergreen peeking out behind there. There we go. And do we have room for this last one now? Pretty good. That's going to have to just, we're going to have to just go with it for now. It's okay. It's not quite as even as I would like, probably not as straight as I would like. But as my daddy used to say, it's good enough for government work. Now, I'm going to use a piece of this new ribbon, and this is really gorgeous. It's rose gold and white. And see how that picks up that sweet sorbet in there? And the way I like to do this is I'm just going to put some seal right there, and I'm going to pop it down, and that's going to secure it. I mean, this is a super, super simple card. Simple is good. Okay, now we are going to take a scrap of basic white, and let's get that really pretty frame going. That's going to be the inside of my card. Anytime I'm doing, hey, Pauline, I'm glad you're here. Anytime I'm doing a, anytime I'm doing a dark card base, I like to put a light color on the inside for writing. You know, some of y'all, I have your mailing addresses because you do classes and such with me. But I know that Pauline is one that I don't have your mailing address. And if you would send me a message on here, you know, just like a private message with your email address, I will send you a card from Facebook Live. I think, Pauline, I think you're one of the people that had earned a free card from one of my drawings, and I couldn't find an address for you. So I like to do drawings from the comments and mail cards to you. So I'm trying to stay on top of that a little better. This is one of the joys of this stamp set is you have all these cute little stamps on top of some really awesome. I always look for stamp sets that have a lot of greetings on them. And this one has just excellent greetings with some of these. Like this is just a nice print. Some of them are a really scripty font. Super simple, super pretty. Hey, Kim, thank you so much for sharing my video. You know, the reality with Facebook Live videos, or even our, you know, pre-recorded videos on Facebook, is that when y'all share them, it helps the Facebook algorithms. It helps them to like us better and to share our posts a little bit more freely, which is a good thing for us. So this is just going to go right here with a couple of dimensionals. Like I said, this is super, super simple. Now, when you know, if you want to place an order to get rewards with this, you'll get a card packet for this card plus the two others. Everything is all prepped for you, so all of this paper is cut for you, ready to go. I even give you the little embellishments here. Now, if you do a $50 order, you'll get the whole pack of embellishments. But if you don't do a $50 order, I'm still going to give you the embellishments to do your cards with so that you can complete your packet. Now, I'm picking up the little, that's the little evening evergreen. Honestly, any of these colors, except the yellow one. Most of these colors would work. Okay, here we go. Let's put this on the inside, and I'm going to come back in here with this little sweet sorbet. And I'm trying to read comments. I better pay attention to what I'm doing here. There we go. I'm just going to put just a little unexpected flower up in that corner. You know, it's fun to have just little unexpected touches with our handmade cards. So here we go. This is just a 5 1/4 by 4 inch panel of basic white. This is what I like to put inside my dark colored cards. So that is ready to go, done and dusted. There's card number 1, what I like to call a strippy card. And that is using the Lovely in Linen Suite. Okay, let's go on to card number 2. And as I told you, we're going to be really rocking this designer series paper. And I'm going to, once again, use my Night of Navy, and I'm going to do a little Thinking of You card. So let's go ahead and do the stamping first. I just got ink on that. It's going to go everywhere. And then we will put it together. Oh, Jeanette, I'm glad you liked my card. Let's do Thinking of You, and this is our scripty font. So this is going to have a totally different look. And then we're going to come in with that frame again, like so. And see how these photopolymer stamps, you can see right through there and just position it just the way you want, which just makes life so simple. Now I'm going to close up my stamp pad so I don't get navy ink everywhere. And I'm going to just thread that right through there. See how that just is so, I really, really like this punch. It is called Lasting Label. Lasting Label is the name of this punch. So now we are going to just, we got a little bit more stamping to do, and then we're going to layer up. Okay, we are going to take this fun image. We're going to do Sweet Sorbet ink on Sweet Sorbet cardstock. And we are going to, let's see, Diane, is the camper stamp set gone? No, I have that. In fact, I'm going to go over that before I sign off today. So if you'd like to sign up for my August Christmas card class, you get the dies for free, which is pretty amazing. But I was able to do that for you, something I had worked at doing and was able to accomplish, giving you the dies for free. Now, typically, those dies, you would have to, looking for some scrap paper, you would have to make a $100 purchase to earn the dies for free. And I, just because of my classes and such that I run, I just end up with a lot of extra celebration items, and just decided, you know what, I'm going to pass those on to my customers for that class. Now, this is a really cool kind of, you see that little tile pattern, and it kind of nestles right down inside itself so that you can just keep going. And you see how that just kind of fits right there? I will say it's a little easier when you're not looking through a camera, but when you don't have a camera set up, it's a little bit easier to get it straight. But even with not being positioned as easily as I'd like, you see how that just kind of, it's photopolymer, so that helps. And you see how those little notches, they just go right, they just nestle right inside each other. Okay, we are ready to put this together. This is super, super simple putting together. This is a pale papaya, and this is a top fold card. And I'm just going to layer Night of Navy on top of it. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. My card base here is 11 by 4 1/4. Doesn't that pale papaya and that Night of Navy look really good together? And look here, now we're going to put this soft red, Sweet Sorbet. It's actually a really good name for this color. It is a sweet color. It's not a super bold red, it's a soft, yummy red. And then, look at that. We're going to put that little piece of designer series paper right there. And you could even do that, but I'm going to go with my original plan. And that is going to go just like so. And then, look at there. We're talking super, super simple, but isn't it pretty? And that's what I love about this bundle, is you can make some really beautiful cards with the bundle. When you add in the designer series paper, yeah, there's a lot to love here. So really easy to put together with, just a minimal amount of work. And you get a really nice look. Now I'm going to bring in my white seam binding and just pop a little bit of just a little bow on the side here, just to give a little bit of softness. My first card, we didn't even use any ribbon. This one, we're going to add some. So again, you know, if you, I'm just happy you're here, but if you want to place an order and receive some gifts, when you place a $35 order, you get the 3 project packets for these cards. And that includes, you know, your ribbons and everything. And then if you bump it up to 50, then you're going to get the whole set of these opal rounds on top of your packets. Now, I will tell you, orders have to be placed by Friday, and they will not ship out until Tuesday of next week. I have my Creative Escape retreat this weekend, so I'm going to be with my stamping friends all weekend. I wish you could be with us. Some of you watching are going to be with me, and it's going to be the bomb. So Thursday, I will be broadcasting Facebook Live from the Drury Hotel in San Antonio, and it's going to be fun. I've gotten to where every time I do my Creative Escape retreat, on Thursday, I'm going to stamp with you. But I'm going to first of all show you around our Creative Escape. Now, you know, if you want your tails to stay in a certain spot, and I think I might, oopsie, then what you do is I'm just going to grab one of these little glue dots, and I'm going to pop it right there. And then that little guy is just going to stay put. Hey, Laura, I'm so glad you're here with me today. So there is card number 1. Oh, I did put ribbon on card number 1. I just didn't tie it. I laid it flat. It's my strippy card. Here's card number 2. Now, I do need to add a little bit of, let's see what we're going to do here. I think this is actually, well, they call this pale papaya. It's a little bit yellowy, but look, when you put it on the pale papaya, look how pretty. Look how pretty. It just adds a little bit of softness. These do not want to come up for me. And I think I'm going to bring them over here. Just a little bit of shine. I got 2 stuck together. And I've got this blingy, what do you call it? Nail varnish on. This is from my friend Elaine. I don't typically go quite this blingy, but you know what? This perfectly matches what we're using for our Creative Escape retreat. So I thought, you know what? Go big or go home. Let's just get everything that matches. So there's our first 2 cards. Now let's go to card number 3, and we're going to bring in a fun fold. It's actually the same fun fold that I did last Thursday. So this is 11 by 4 1/4, and then I've scored it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. So this is what we oftentimes call a Z fold, but instead of doing it like a Z, we're going to flip it over and we're going to do it this way. So I'm going to put, actually, I'm going to put that on the inside and this on the outside. So again, kind of keeping in with my theme of Night of Navy and Sweet Sorbet. So I'm going to bring in a couple of pieces of the Designer Series paper so you can kind of see where we're going here. And I'm going to bring in this little piece down here for a little bit of contrast. So again, just really rocking the Designer Series paper, really showcasing it and letting the paper do the work. You know, somebody was telling me that they get frustrated with design work. And, you know, I was trying to share with them that not everybody is going to be good at design work. Sometimes, you know, this is why we have so many ideas out here, and it's why we collect them all. And, you know, design work is something that actually kind of comes naturally to me. It doesn't to everybody. And I know demonstrators who are very successful with classes and such, and they don't even design their own classes. They case other people. Now, casing is a term we use in the stamping world, and it's an acronym, and it stands for Copy and Share Everything. So, you know, you don't need to be intimidated by design work. You don't even have to do any design work. Just enjoy stamping. And this is where a suite, they just bring it all together for you. And this is why, like doing a free class like this, it gives you the parameters. It shows you ways to use the paper and the stamps so that you can order those and have fun with them. You can just copy these exactly. You can change the patterns of paper if you like. But just super, super easy. Keep it simple. This is what I wanted to do right here. So this time we're going to change things up a little bit. And I'm actually going to not use the frame because when I do my classes and my presentations or my demonstrations, I like to show you how to use as many of the stamps in a set as I can and give you a lot of different just a variety of ways. I guess versatility is something that I really love in the products that I purchase. And I think that Stampin' Up! Rocks versatility. And it's one of the things I look for specifically in the stamp sets and such that I purchase. Now, I can't seem to find where my little mat is, so we will just go with it. So this one I'm going to do as a thank you. And once again, I'm using my Night of Navy ink. So I'm glad I'm getting some love on the cards so far. So that was 2 cards. We're in home stretch here. This is card number 3, and you can see how quickly these are coming together. Now I'm going to do a thank you. Isn't that a pretty font? And I'm going to bring in one of these they have all these little flowers in here, and I'm just going to give it a nice little edge. Now I didn't use the little frame, but look how pretty that is. I think it looks really, really cool. And that way, when I pop it there, it's going to look really good. Now, one more thing I could do that I thought about, let's see. Let's just take this punch up one more notch, and I'm going to take Night of Navy. Well, you can see what I did here. And I'm going to make a little frame. And I'm going to do that by just slicing this in half. And we are going to trim this down just a little bit on the inside. And this is how you can actually get a little bit more, just a little bit more mileage out of your punch. Yeah, I like that. So let's put a little bit of adhesive there, and we will pop that on like so. Now you see I've still got a little bit poking out there. I don't want that corner poking out. So let's go like so. And here's my other one. I need to put the adhesive right there, and that's going to make it super easy for me to pop that like so. Oh, I like that better. See how it gives it just a little bit more presence. Let's see. Yeah, I still got that. See how that little corner's poking out? And again, this is where your seal, it's still soft. It hasn't dried yet, so it allows me to, you know, chop and change a bit if I need to. And I usually do need to. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this down here. And I'm going to actually put my adhesive right on the fold, because then I'm not wondering where I need to put the adhesive or getting it in the wrong place. So I'm going to just put it right here. And I'm going to take my layer and really, really press it in. Because then, hey Simone, I'm glad you are here. And see how that's going to open up like that? Now let's put this. And let's get that little flower again, and my Night of Navy ink. And let's take that same flower. You guys know I love repeating patterns. And I'm actually just going to put it right here. Again, I want to do something a little bit unexpected. So not in the corner, but right in the center of my panel. And I'm using this basic white panel on the inside of my card, so it's super easy to write my message. This is a thank you card, but of course you have so many awesome greetings with this stamp set, you could really do anything. So this is going to pop right in here. And I think this is one of those must-have stamp sets from our annual catalog. Let me get this up just a little bit higher so that when I close the card, I thought that was a little bit too, hanging down there just a little bit too far. And this way, when I close the card, look at there. Yeah, I'm sticking out the side a little bit. That's probably user error. I probably trimmed it a little bit too big, and you could actually bring this layer down just a little bit on size, and then you don't have to fool with it quite so much like I'm doing. Okay, let's see if that's going to do the trick. I'm still peeking out. Ay. Let's just chop it. Let's chop it. Like I said, we don't want any kind of stress when we're card making. We just want to have fun. So if something's starting to stress you, just stop what you're doing and make a little change, because this is about creativity. It's about relieving stress. It's about having fun. So if something is stressing you like that, just stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, see if there's something we need to change. Now it's where I need it to be. So now you see how that's going to pop up like that? Simone, thank you for asking about my trip to England. We did bring a lot of tea. I drink a lot of tea on a daily basis. We had a fabulous time. It really was just magical. And I haven't even shared it yet on social media or anything, but my kids just announced, my England kids, that they're pregnant again with baby number 3. So they went over there just over 4 years ago, no, almost just under 4 years ago with a job offer. And my daughter-in-law was heavily pregnant when they went. And so our Griffin was born, and 4 years ago in November. And then they've had another baby since then, Felicity, fondly known as Fliss, and now they are pregnant again. So we are absolutely over the moon about that. Thoroughly delighted, needless to say. Grandkids, we always need more grandkids. So this will be baby number 3 for them, born in the UK. And, people often ask, well, does that mean they will have dual citizenship? And the answer to that is no. My Alex was actually born when we were living in the UK. And I think it was in either the 70s or 80s, the British government made a policy, and it is that when children are born in the UK, whatever their father's citizenship is, that is the child's citizenship. So my Alex is actually there on a work visa, and he was hired by a company over there, and they're just having a great time. They live in the far north of England, quite near Scotland, actually. And they live in a rural village, and it's really, really delightful. We love going to visit them. And yeah, on the one hand, it would be nice to have them closer, but this is what we did to our parents when we were their age. We went and moved to England. We stayed 9 years, and so it all kind of feels pretty normal. Now, I need to grab some of these, and I think, let's see. Shall I go with these yellow ones again? Actually, I think these pink ones are going to just go. Yeah, let's do the pink. I'm going to pop one. I think I'm just going to do less is more sometimes. I think I'm going to put one right in the middle of that flower because this already has some shine to it. So that's the strawberry sorbet ribbon. And this is actually the exact same fold that I did on Tuesday. So there is card number 3. Here's card number 2, and there is card number 1. So that is my quick and easy online class. As I said, you get all 3 packets when you place an online order using my host code. Let me grab my information. There it is. So here's my host code. You can place an order through Friday. A $35 order will get you all 3 project packets in the mail. And you will also get the PDF tutorials. With a $50 order, if you bump it up, you will get all of this, plus the In Color Opal rounds, plus you get a level 1 celebration item. So, 2 cards, well, 3, a fancy fold or fun fold, and lots of fun. So let me just show you really quick before I sign off. And I got to get downstairs and put dinner in the oven. My online, or I should say class by mail, this is my Christmas card class for August. Registration runs through August the 4th or until we sell out. But I did want to let you know, these are, you do 5 different cards plus a tag, and you get, you get 4 pieces of this designer series paper. You do get this roll of this gold blingy ribbon, and you get this set of adhesive backed sequins and jewels. But wait, there's more. Can I find it? Can't find the stamp set handily, but what you get, it's right in front of me. So the stamp set is not included with the class, but guess what? I'm giving you this set of dies free with the class. It's a $28 class, and that does include shipping. So it's an incredible value. Like I said, I was able to amass a set number of these with you in mind, specifically so that I could reward you in August and give you free dies getting ready for your Christmas cards. And honestly, this little camper, the fun things you can do with it, it goes well beyond Christmas. So you see that there's this cute little Charlie Brown tree. That's all part of the dies. Look at how you can layer these trees, the dies. This is all, you get these dies for free. This little die that cuts out the sign. Here I cut it out and then kind of put it back together with the tree. It even gives you the stars. So it's just an outstanding set of dies. This is what I did with my little camper for this class. But when you have the dies, you can do all kinds of campers. It doesn't have to just be for Christmas. I did a girly camper. The dies also cut out this adorable little dog, and I put a ribbon around him. Here's more trees. So the dies, you can do a lot with them. And there's a lot to love about this particular class. Again, it's $28. You get everything prepped and ready for these 5 cards plus a tag. And this is a series I'm doing actually for Christmas cards. It started in July, runs through October, 5 cards every single month and 1 tag, plus some supplies. So you get the ribbon and the rhinestones and gems, and then you also get the dies. And again, it's $28, and that includes shipping. And you are welcome. So I hope that you will consider taking my class. And I also have this class was your free class today. I will, of course, this is a recording, or it's being recorded, so you can always watch the recording. I will also download it to YouTube and share that link so that if you want to go and, stop and start again and watch how I put this together, or this one, or my fun fold, then you can do that easily. And when you get the project packets, if you do a $35 order with this host code, this is the host code for this class, then, I give you the ribbons and all of the goodies. So everything is cut and prepared for you and goes in the mail. If you go bump up to a $50 order, you get this as well, plus a level 1 celebration item. So that is it for today. I will be broadcasting live on Thursday from my Creative Escape retreat here in San Antonio at the Drury Plaza. I'll show you all the fun things that we're doing at Creative Escape, and then I'm going to do some stamping with you. So please join me then, and in the meantime, take care and God bless.